Hey everybody. Okay, so today we are going to go around the body of the buck and pinpoint all of the major body damage on the outside, any rust holes or flaws. And as we do that, we're going to be, Joe's got a pen and paper here, and he's going to be taking notes so that we can make a plan of attack. Here we go. A lot of this, we're gonna use a stripper to get most of this off. That's a patch where we've already used stripper and it seemed to work really, really great. So that's our plan. We discussed sanding, but it's just, some places it's so thick and other places it's not, so. Okay, so how are we gonna attack this one?
I'm hoping that it's got this, I guess this, you call this a seal for when it, you close the hood or whatever. I think we can use Bondo and reshape it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do the same thing here because that got damaged somehow.
Right, yeah, that seems to be like a complete crack. There it is. One of my biggest concerns when we first got the buck was somebody did like a caulking all the way down through here. We're not sure what it is. It's some type of a rubbery substance. But here, I'm trying to get in there. This patch of mess is pretty bad, and they had a big rubbery, tarry type patch over it. So we're gonna get all that stuff off of there and fix it the right way. And when the hood comes up, guys, it goes that way. So this part actually never detaches from the body.
So this is metal, and then the hood itself is fiberglass.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't think we'd be able to lift it open. Okay, so here we have where they took the stop sign off, and then they covered it with duct tape. So these holes, this is about to come off anyway. All of these holes riddled in the side. I'm not sure about those. I don't know how much of this was a stop sign because I highly doubt it was that much.
This whole thing, I think actually the whole thing, because there was a motor mounted somewhere in here that flipped out the sign. This is where all the electrical came through.
Okay, well,
because I pulled all that out.
Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna deal with those holes.
There was some rust. There's a hole back here
Mm-hmm.
that rusted through.
Okay. So on a fun note, we're gonna have a really cool handle right here. This is how we get to our batteries. And so we're gonna have a cool handle here whenever we get done.
Yeah, we may even,
because the plan is to woody it out. That's our goal.
We might see about possibly getting a new battery box. Is that what's rusted out?
I'm not sure what that was about. And then here's another spot. So we're just, you want to do this, guys, you want to do a walk around and find all of these little spots, because, and if you can, map them out. Like, do just a simple little drawing. Like, Joe doesn't have anything fancy over here. It's just, you know.
This is my artist work.
But he'll be able to go back, and you may want to walk around a couple of different times. Make sure you don't miss anything. Have a second set of eyes with you.
I'll say this for sure. Check your wheel wells. Your wheel wells and your windows right off the bat, because and especially if you get your bus from a northern state, that salt, that's the number one spot that it starts, is on your wheel well. So all this is from the tire kicking up that salt and eating through this metal plate and slinging it up into here. But once it starts rusting through this metal plate under here, it starts kicking up that water through here. Look right here in this hole. My hand is up in there. Yeah. I don't know if that's metal or just years of dirt and debris shoved up in there.
Yeah, it almost looks like a bird's nest up close.
Yep, this piece of metal.
Yeah.
So yeah, check your wheel wells first.
These are pretty rough. And it may be that we actually order more of these guys, because I see a lot of people taking them off to your bus. And here's the problem with that. When buses were made, these black stripes that run up and down the bus were actually made to protect the kids. It's almost like Kevlar for the bus. So they were made to take an impact, which is why when you see RVs that have been in an accident, they're just obliterated. But buses, you don't see that because they have this added protection. So if you can salvage yours, do so please, just for the benefit of your family and for yourselves, because they are important and they were part of the construction of a bus for a reason. So they're not just cosmetic. But this one is just kind of gone. Over here, this is where they used more of that rubbery stuff. And yeah, it's just not good. So that one will probably get replaced. Well, will definitely get replaced. So if we can find a replacement for 1985.
Yeah, and maybe we can do a video of us going to a bus salvage yard.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Okay, so up here we're in decent shape. I think we're just gonna need some stripper and get that off. Okay, so now we're gonna round the corner. We definitely, for sure, what we know is we have to replace this one pretty much all the way down the bus. That one seems to be the one in the worst shape, which is kind of going with what Joe said about the wheel well and things being thrown up inside. Okay, so we're gonna round the back. This is all gonna be completely redone, so we're not gonna stress too much over here. We do know about the damage here. That needs to be addressed.
Yep, and
we probably should strengthen over here and on the insides of these.
Yeah, and once again, that's that hole right there that you see above.
That's the wheel well.
The wheel well. That's your wheel well.
I can't wait to get this part done back here and get to show you guys all that. We have big plans on the back. So actually, we can kind of give them a rundown as to the plan right this second. So Joe loves porthole windows, and I kind of do too. So the plan is we're gonna get a new door, and we have our visitor. So we're gonna put a new door with a porthole there, and then on this side, Joe plans to have a wood burning stove inside. So when we're working in the wood shop, we can just toss scraps right into the wood stove and be good to go. And then over here, we plan to have a ladder go up this side, and then we would like to have an observation deck on top, as well as solar. It won't be a big observation deck because you guys know the bus has been cut down. Oh, as well as the bed, we're gonna do a wooden bed, like kind of like a 1950s pickup truck. So with Joe being a carpenter, we wanted to wood out as much as we possibly could. Okay, so other than a little bit of ding and dent right there, I don't see much of anything here.
Yeah, there's not a. This side looks a lot
Sorry
better
about
than
the
the other
glare.
side as far as. I don't even know what you call these.
It breaks my heart when I see schoolies that have babies and kiddos in them and these rails are missing. Because a lot of people went to schoolies for safety because they are safer than RVs. And I can't imagine having my kids asleep in the back of this thing and not having any protection. So one of the weird things is these panels here. They put this one here and then it's cut right here. And then they did it over here too to cover some damage. And again, all this right here is that rubbery coating stuff behind it. It's almost like that's what they use to adhese it, and then they put a couple of screws in it. But this will definitely have to get dealt with here. And that's the actual body itself. And Joe's playing with another area here. The empty hole down here. So that one we have to replace too, definitely. Unless we can bondo them up.
Guys, one thing I want to point out, your bus has probably got it, but just check to be on the safe side. Check your gas tank and make sure you've got a protective cage around it. It's designed for a side impact to save yourself from having an explosion.
Yeah, there was a bad fire back in the 80s on a school bus, and
I thought it was the 70s.
No, it was. I think it was 86 or so.
Yeah.
But it was really bad, and a lot of people died, and it was because of an impact with the gas tank, and the fact that this particular model did not have a cage on it. So when you guys are looking for schoolies to live in, like, or anything really, try to find one that definitely has a cage around that gas tank. It's vitally important for your safety. There were some horror stories. We saw the victims and heard them tell their stories, and it came down to the fact that that gas tank didn't have a cage around it. So as soon as Joe and I watched it, we looked at each other and we were like, does ours have one? And Joe like came right outside to look. Okay, so we have another spot here that's gonna try to open up on us.
Some of this is so good that I think it might have been part of the original design, and just through the years it's gotten old and cracked. So I don't
think so.
I'm not real sure.
It just looks like black caulking. Like, that's the only way I can explain it. So this here, we'll have to see if we can figure out a way to make that look a little better. Because we really want to hang on to as many of her original pieces as possible. Alright guys, I think we're going to wrap this one up because I am freezing, and I'm actually working on another video inside. Alright guys, so we just wanted to take you with us and kind of do our walk around. As I was talking to you guys, Joe was making lots of notes, so it was hard for me to look through the camera and look with my eyes at the same time. But anyway, we just thought we'd take you guys with us and do our first for sure walk around. We've walked around this thing a million times, but we haven't walked around it and jotted down where we've got the more serious damage and where we've got things that just kind of need buffed out, or whatever. So we just wanted to take you with us. So anyway, we'll see you guys later, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to see future videos. Bye guys, see you in the next one.